Ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search. You need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist. I look for thread lines, smashing every deadline. No longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second nature to me, just to me it's out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out. I'm not the way, no way. I have seen the way. Speak, repeat, there's no way.
Hello. Welcome everybody to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. This is episode 150, a news broadcast solo dolo by me, Joseph Daniel Pena, and thank you for joining me on October 3rd, 2023. The supermoon was out and I just took a blistering shot with my new Samsung 23 Ultra. Literally, man, go check it out on my Instagram or Facebook. Pretty amazing what these cameras on these phones can do now. I'm literally able to like see the lines on the moon, the craters on the moon, and it's pretty phenomenal. I'll be honest. I mean, I love what Samsung's doing. As you guys know, they are going all in with America. They have like a new $500 billion deal with America to give America the best technology. Yeah, so Samsung is America's number one technology over the next 5 to 10 years, and Apple is getting kicked out of the door. Well, that's the intro. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you for being here. Go check out my sponsors over at boomerboost.com for all your best supplements, vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that get you on track with your health and fitness routines. Just a quick dose in the morning of all your favorite grains or whatever you want to take, and you got your body right. Use coupon code Joe30 at boomerboost.com and go thank me later. Literally, it's the number one thing at the gym that you will love. So we're gonna go on with the news quickly for everyone out here. Ooh, we got people up in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Now, there's some cool things happening for humanity. People are finally realizing that maybe we shouldn't be selling out all of our old ways of life, and we shouldn't be going all in on these newer ways of life, this technocratic way of life. Well, even Switzerland is saying no. So Switzerland plans to ban electric cars from the roads and order game consoles turned off during power shortages in a bid to reduce energy consumption. So all the people who play Xbox or PlayStation or computer games, even I don't know, just maybe any of these other consoles out there. Yep, then they're not able to play them at night anymore. Pretty wild. Electric cars, no more. You think Switzerland would be all in on this green energy, this clean energy, but it's really not working. If it was so good, this electric energy, wouldn't it be able to be used at all times without any risk to cause a power shortage? But no, it's definitely a power problem, a power issue. If you actually look into the way the electric cars runs and all that, it's it's pretty dumb. I'll be honest. They're not even uh saving the planet. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic for another day. Switzerland will ban the use of electric cars for non-essential journeys if the country runs out of energy this winter. the government announced. Emergency plans drawn up in the event of the Swiss are hit by blackouts also call for the shop opening hours to be reduced by up to 2 hours per day, heating systems in nightclubs to be turned off, and other buildings to be heated to no more than 20 degrees Celsius. So they're saying, hey, no more partying, no more nightclubs. Yo, I wish the local valley would do that during winter. Just shut down the clubs, keep everybody home. But nah, they want everybody drunk and all that. No mas. Crisis measures entity streaming services and game consoles banned. Christmas lights turned off, and all sports stadiums and leisure facilities closed. So Switzerland is going full shutdown mode again, just for energy saving. But that's smart, America don't do that. You see everybody acting a fool still sometimes in some of these areas. Switzerland fears an energy shortage in the coming months because it is highly dependent on imports to get through the winter. The country gets around 60% of its energy from hydroelectric power stations, such as dams across rivers or generators placed between lakes. Around a third of its power comes from nuclear, which the government has committed to phasing out, and the remaining comes from a mixture of traditional fossil fuel plants or solar and wind generators. So, it sounds like the 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 yeah, you're seeing that all these places who are shutting down the nuclear power, they're having power shortages. Well, shit, if you wouldn't shut down the nuclear, you wouldn't be losing power, but they don't care. They're not really getting affected. The leaders and the elites aren't really getting affected by this. Next up, guys. Oh shit, that's not the button. With some of this, turning against them. Right here, those one wheels that everyone is looking at from these self-balancing skateboards are reporting crashes where riders die. And so the safety commissions and future motions are recalling over 300,000 one wheels. Pretty much every single one wheel out there is being recalled because of its dangerous impact on society and riders. And I'll be honest, every time I look at those right here for all my viewers, those look pretty dangerous. I'm wondering, like, you could break an ankle real quick, snap a leg. Like, dude, the amount of injuries that just could happen from this is insane. I mean, if we remember, Elon Musk's ATV also got recalled at the start of this year for being way too dangerous and I think killing people. Everyone always asks for like super badass cars and technology, but then it gets out of hand and the rest of us can't use it. Sheesh. But also at the same time, what if they're purposely being made to be out of hand? Like these iPhones that everyone's now understanding, like that are overheating. The iPhone 15, it's like overheating, blown up. Just like some of these older phones. See, even the iPhone even just got banned in France for being too hot and having too much radiation. It's pretty wild. Some of these technologies that they're releasing, they even say like the phone screens or the TV screens are too powerful for us and like it hurts our eyes. You gotta wonder sometimes. Gotta wonder if they really make these products in our best interest. Um. So next up, we have Chinese firms use crypto payments to run fentanyl network, and this stems into a newer piece of news that I got next up. The U.S. Department of Justice charged 8 companies with illegal drug production, distribution, and sale of precursor chemicals, saying that they use cryptocurrency to move money. Whoo, yeah, this is targeting the trafficking of fentanyl in America. The U.S. Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Control sanctioned a list of Chinese nationals, identifying 6 associated crypto wallets in the auction. We have identified and blocked over a dozen virtual currency wallets associated with these actors. The blocked wallets, which received millions of United States funds over hundreds of deposits, illustrate the scope and the scale of the operation targeted today. The DOJ cracked down on Florida network of 28 businesses and individuals it said was involved in producing fentanyl and methamphetamine and the sale of the precursor chemicals used to make the illegal drugs. These companies tend to use cryptocurrency transactions to conceal their identities and the location of the movements of the funds. The connection between crypto and fentanyl trade has drawn heavy attention, including from Senator Elizabeth Warren, who has called for new laws to shut down that pipeline of digital payments. Fudge. And with that, U.S. announces a sweeping action against Chinese fentanyl supply chain producers. Yeah. So, the move comes one day before senior administration officials are set to visit Mexico, whose cartels are part of the global trafficking network, for meetings expected to involve fentanyl and the discussion of the drug threat. We know that the network includes the cartel leaders, their drug traffickers, their money launderers, their clandestine lab operators, their security forces, their weapon suppliers, and their chemical suppliers, Attorney General Merrick Garland said at the news conference. And we know that the global fentanyl supply chain, which ends with the death of Americans, often starts with chemical companies in China. Remember, guys, we just seen about a month or two ago those Chinese labs found in what was it, California? Yeah, that had like dozens and hundreds of rats for tests and like all these different diseases and all these different drugs and geez. So they indicted 12 executives and sanctions against 28 people and companies, mostly in China, but also in Canada, and will cut them off from the United States financial system, but also prohibits any of them from doing business with the US. Uh, yeah, all right. Well, that's a good take. I mean, you're seeing a push for cannabis and mushrooms, and everybody fight against all these bad drugs like heroin, opiates, crack and fentanyl. Like, hey, the only two drugs that anybody really needs that history says and nature says is good for you is mushrooms and cannabis. I'm a big supporter of mushrooms and cannabis. Big mushroom guy. Big cannabis guy. More than 100,000 deaths a year have been linked to drug overdoses since 2020, and about two-thirds of those are related to fentanyl. The death toll is more than 10 times as many as drug deaths in 1988 at the height of the crack epidemic. And getting pretty bad. Getting pretty bad. Next up, though, here's some dumb news for Elon, I guess. Grimes sues Elon Musk over their three children. Claire Boucher, a musician known by Grimes, is suing Elon and filed a petition to establish parental relationship. It amounts to a request for the court order that identifies the legal parents of a child and is often required when the couples aren't married. Well, why does Grimes want to be the proud owner of three kids who are named so wicked? You guys want to know the three names? All right, here it is. Here is Archangel 13 or Archangel AXII. Yes, the kid's name is Archangel. The second kid's name is Exa Dark Sidereal Musk. And the third kid is Tau Techno Mechanicus. Dude, these dudes are on drugs when they name their kids. I pray for those named. Oh my gosh. No comment. Just ridiculous. Musk has been divorced 3 times and has 11 children. Jeez. Including 5 from a previous marriage. Twins Griffin and Vivian, and triplets Damien, Saxon, and Kai. So yes, he has twins and triplets. Wow. And one of them is named Damien or Demon. Another one is named Kai, which is like the ancient word for energy. Kai, chi, ki, prana. Oh, geez. Well, it seems like Elon Musk has a lot of kids. I didn't know he had 11 kids. Jesus Christ. Sorry, God, for using his name in vain. Next up, though, Elon Musk hit with a lawsuit for falsely accusing a man of being part of a neo-Nazi brawl. So, Ben Brody said he was forced to leave his home after Musk falsely accused him of being a federal agent pretending to be a neo-Nazi. This is wild. Imagine that you have to leave your home because of something Elon Musk said, or something that like Mark Zuckerberg said about you, or like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, or your favorite celebrity called you out just falsely, and then boom, your life's done. Imagine all those Swifties, dude. If Taylor Swift said something false about someone, the Swifties would murder people. Ben Brody, a 22-year-old Jewish man from California, filed a lawsuit against Musk on Monday after he said he and his family were forced to flee their home after continued harassment and threats after Musk promoted a dangerous conspiracy theory against Brody. Man. The lawsuit centers around a fight between neo-Nazi group Rose City Nationalists and neo-fascist group the Proud Boys that took place in Oregon earlier this year. In a video footage that went viral, a member of the Rose City Nationalist neo-Nazi group had his face mask pulled off, and the internet sleuths went to work hoping to identify him. But others dismissed the reality of the far-right violence by falsely claiming members of the neo-Nazi group were actually federal agents, which included Musk, which amplified the conspiracy theory that Brody was the man in the mask. Then later suggested Brody was part of a false flag situation. Dang. So Elon Musk is stirring shit up. You know, I'll be honest. There's a lot of times where I look at Elon Musk posts and some of these celebrity posts, and they're literally like destroying lives. Like they're literally making stuff up and ruining people on social media, and nobody does anything because they're celebrities. It's like what can you do? It's the internet, dude. Like get over it, grow up, right? But this guy had to move out of his house. I'm not saying that I support neo-Nazism or even false accusations or any of this. Like this is crazy. After amplifying the claim for 2 days, Musk personally leveled these accusations against Ben Brody, and it has led to severe personal harassment and permanent damage to his reputation. Brody is being represented by an attorney. Wow. The same attorney that led the Sandy Hook trial against Alex Jones. And yeah, I'm not going to say much more because I'll get shadow banned for saying anything about Sandy Hook. Brody is seeking more than $1 million in damages against Musk. Musk's defamatory statements have and will continue to cause harm to Ben Brody. Due to Musk's conduct, Ben Brody has suffered and continues to suffer substantial damages in an amount to proven at the trial. Wow. Jeez. Well, I guess if you see celebrities talking smack online, it might just turn out to be more dramatic than you understand. It could literally ruin someone's life. Just like this. So here's a new article from Northwestern University. Researchers have developed the first artificial intelligence to date that can intelligently design robots from scratch by compressing billions of years of evolution into mere seconds. It's not only fast, but also runs on lightweight computing and designs wholly novel structures from scratch without human labeled, bias filled data sets. So, artificial intelligence like Siri, like Bixby, like Alexa, like all these other artificial intelligence that they're building inside of our computers or our phones and all these other tech, no, these freaking devices. Oh my god, I'm just imagining all of them now. Here in about 5 years, can build things on its own, so it's not gonna need you anymore. You're gonna be like, hey Siri, make me a sandwich. It can make you a sandwich, but then you're gonna be like, hey Siri, you know, I want I want the new Xbox, and it'll build you a new Xbox. Hypothetically, I'm not saying that it will, Or let's say like, hey, I need a house. You're out in the forest or something. I need a shelter. That robot can build you a shelter or anything. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's pretty fascinating. I mean, just think about the ideas. It's gonna start changing the world pretty much. This is the advent and the singularity. This is where men and computers duel in battle. Pretty much, we're gonna start fighting these computers, these AIs, these robots because they're gonna start taking it. They're gonna start taking the world over. If you guys haven't actually paid attention, but all my viewers out there probably have. On my program about 6 months ago, had a brief and in depth episode on artificial intelligence and showed how these artificial intelligence are literally stating in their own words that humanity is screwed and that they want to take over humanity because most of humans are dark and demonic and lost souls, and so they're no good, they're useless. And that kind of sucks, but like, dude, that's what happens when we give these computers too much power. uh I mean, Elon Musk and all these other big wigs are saying that it's the summoning of a demon. It's pretty much uh humanity's biggest threat. Because if you look at the ancient understandings of all of this, you will see that artificial intelligence is very similar to a golem. It's very similar to what would be known as um, a spirit trapped inside of a chamber. It could be a tether for a alien that just wanted to come down and put itself inside of a computer. It could be the host spot for a outside intelligence. Pretty interesting now to see that these artificial intelligences that could already be controlled by other golems and other entities, other spirits, maybe even possessed by a demon or something. These are, and now it can start creating on its own. It can start 3D on its own. It can start 3D printing shields and 3D printing anything it wanted to. I mean, I'm sure it could. These artificial intelligence can now start 3D printing fake food for the elites. Their vegan foods, their lab made meats. I'm sure that um, here pretty soon you're gonna start seeing artificial intelligence make clothing and drinks. If you want a soda on the spot. Oh wow! Actually, I think I remember something like that from a video game like Fallout. They had these robots around everywhere, and yeah, these robots can pretty much do anything for you, and pretty fascinating. What the world wants to come to: instant evolution, instant gratification, instantaneous everything. Right? You simply press a button and presto, doom. That robot and artificial intelligence gets free, makes it for you. You don't think no more. You're like, well, I need I need to build a boat. Boom, it builds it a boat. You don't even gotta think anymore. I mean, yeah, it makes life easier, right? But what fun is that if you don't know how to do anything and the robot knows how to do everything? Like, pretty much, we become useless. I mean, that is what my article said yesterday. These big wigs and elites, they want to have robots and AI replace the median human. So anybody who's under the average, they want to replace. So that's why it's always good to better yourself every single day, like get smarter, happier, healthier, stronger, wiser, happier every day because every day the average for humanity increases. So never be at the back end of it. Never be like that bottom percentile, you know, the people being left out, the people being forced out, the people not keeping up with reality. In earlier 2020, Kriegman garnered widespread media attention for developing xenobots, the first living robots made entirely from biological cells. Now, Kriegman and his team view their new artificial intelligence as the next advance in their quest to explore the potential of artificial life. The robot itself is unassuring, small, squishy, and misshapen, and that for now, it is made of inorganic materials. But Kriegman says it represents the first step of a new era of AI designed tools like animals that can directly affect the world. When people look at this robot, they see a useless gadget. I see the birth of a brand new organism. While the AI program can start with any prompt, Kriegman and his team began with a simple request to design a physical machine capable of walking on land. That's where the researchers' input ended and the AI took over. The computer started with a block about the size of a bar of soap. It could jiggle, but definitely not walk. Knowing that it had not achieved its goal, AI quickly iterated on the design. With each iteration, the AI assessed its design, identified flaws, and whittled away at the simulated blocks to update its structure. Eventually, the simulated robot could bounce in place, then hop forward and then shuffle. Finally, just after 9 tries, it generated a robot that can walk half its body length per second, about half the speed of an average human stride. The entire design process, from a shapeless block with zero movement to a full on walking robot, just took 26 seconds on a laptop. Now anyone can watch evolution in action as AI generates better and better robot bodies in real time. Evolving robots previously required weeks of trial and error on a supercomputer. And of course, before any animals could run, swim, or fly our world, there were billions upon billions of years of trial and error. This is because evolution has no foresight. It cannot see into the future to know a specific mutation will be beneficial or catastrophic. We found a way to remove this blindfold, thereby compressing billions of years of evolution into an instant. All on its own, AI surprisingly came up with the same solution for walking as nature, legs. But unlike nature's decidedly symmetrical designs, AI took a different approach. The resulting robot had 3 legs, fins along its back, a flat face, and is riddled with holes. It's interesting because we didn't tell the AI robot that it should have legs. It rediscovered that legs are a good way to move around on land. Leg locomotion is, in fact, the most efficient form of terrestrial movement. Wow. So, what they're saying is that this artificial intelligence and robot created legs on its own after not being told because it understood the physics around it and understood that legs are the best way to go about this. So, when we say that these robots and artificial intelligence are sentient, like literally they are. They're their own living creatures now. They are what we would say animated beings, like, in all the animes and all of the TV shows where these robots are like living creatures already and they have like their own names and their own identity and own soul and spirit. Yeah, like, these things kind of do already, guys, like, that's what I'm saying. 2023, we are at the brink of the new reality already, so we're stepping into a new portal, like, by 2024, we're gonna start hearing more about the flying cars, more about robots, and half the people in the world can be like, "No, that's crazy," and then the other half of the people in the world be like, "Dude, it's already here, man, what are you talking about?" Like, I just seen a robot down the street the other day, and you know what? My friend just purchased a car, a flying car. If you didn't know that, and then some people will be like, "No, no," that split. The divide in reality is happening right now, where a lot of people are going to be able to achieve the IQ, the understanding, the health and fitness, and all of that to be able to learn more and grow into the new evolution of life and the new technologies. While the lower half of reality is going to be, it's going to be stuck. Like they're going to be not wanting to believe anything. They're not going to understand how to evolve our body. Um, One of the speculations about all these 5Gs and all of these frequencies is that they're also being used to attune our bodies like freaking, like into the perfect human. It's kind of weird to say, but yeah, it's anybody who isn't taking care of their human body, these 5G towers are definitely going to destroy. For the most part, you can definitely tell. Like if you eat healthy and mm, you're gonna stay around a lot longer. Uh, anyways. To see if the simulated robot could work in real life, Kriegman and his team used the artificial intelligence designed robot as a blueprint. First, they 3D printed a mold of the negative space around the robot's body. Then, they filled the mold with a liquid silicone rubber and let it cure for a couple hours. When the team popped, they solidified the silicone out of the mold, but it was squishy and flexible. Now, it was time to see if the robot simulated behavior. Walking was retained in the physical world. The researchers filled the robot body with air, making its three legs expand. When the air deflated from the robot's body, the legs contracted. By continually pumping air into the robot, it repeatedly expanded and contracted, causing slow but steady locomotion. This is pretty sweet, man. So, we're going to start seeing robots everywhere. Transformers, robots in the skies. Pretty much. While the evolution of legs makes sense, the holes are a curious addition. Artificial intelligence punched holes throughout the robot's body in seemingly random places. Kriegman hypothesizes that porosity removes weight and adds flexibility, enabling the robot to bend its legs for walking. We don't really know what these holes do, but we do know that they are important because when we take them away, the robot either can't walk anymore or can't walk as well. Overall, Kriegman is surprised and fascinated by the robot's design, noting that the most human designed robots either look like humans, dogs, or hockey pucks. When humans design robots, we tend to design them to look like familiar objects, but AI can create new possibilities and new paths forward that humans have never seen. They can help us think and dream differently, and this might help us solve some of the most difficult problems in life that we face. So this is gonna be able to, go into like plumbing places. They said go into collapsed buildings. Probably for electrical places. Look for trapped people. Just uh, anywhere that a tight space is. Maybe for cars. These things will help. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. This is fascinating, guys, and pretty deadly. 55 Chinese sailors are feared dead after a nuclear submarine gets caught in a trap intended to snare British and United States vessels into the Yellow Sea. Yeah, so it says, according to a secret UK report, the seamen died following a catastrophic failure of the submarine's oxygen systems, which poisoned the crew. The captain of the Chinese Navy submarine is understood to be among the deceased, as well as 21 other officers. Officially, China has denied the incident took place, but it also appears Beijing refused to request international assistance. Hmm. Wow. So now two submarines have went down. One over there in Antarctica, or I think it was the Titanic one, and now one of China's. Hmm. But what I found fascinating is that it said in an effort to stunt in United States and UK people, which is what? Okay. A British submarine offered this explanation. It is plausible that this occurred, and I doubt that the Chinese would have asked for international support for obvious reasons. If they were trapped on a net system and the submarine's batteries were running low, then eventually the air purifiers and air treatment systems could have failed, which would have reverted the secondary systems and subsequently and plausibly failed to maintain the air, which led to the asphyxiation or poisoning. We have kit that absorbs CO2 and generates oxygen in such a situation. It is probable that other nations do not have this kind of tech. Jeez, so I guess there was an incident between British United States vessels and a Chinese vessel, and 55 Chinese sailors are dead. And there's not a whole lot of talk or fuss about it because I'm just gonna guess the Chinese were being shady about it to begin with. Stone Man Willie will be buried after 128 years. The only reason I'm showing you guys this, I'm not going to get into it, but they have this man from 1895, and they have a special embalming technique on it. Yes, they mummified him, and he is, I'm not saying alive, but you can see his skin's still there, his hair is still there, his nails are still there, his bones and everything. That's his real body that looks um, this is kind of necromancy. This is what necromancy would be in in the Bible. You know, you play with the dead. This is pretty much playing with the dead, necromancy. And it's kind of disturbing, but I just wanted to show you guys this real quick because it's pretty fascinating. This body is over 120 years old, and it probably looks like it died yesterday, right? Uh, geez, yeah, they had a special embalming technique, and yeah, like very special recipe, or hey, who knows? They might have had the ancient recipe for embalming, just like these ancient Egyptian pyramids over at Abu Sar. There is some new rooms being discovered, and I'm telling you, every month, every week, more and more rooms from these pyramids are being discovered, more tunnels, and um, it's pretty cool because sooner or later we're gonna start seeing the full picture of all of these pyramids, all of these tunnels, all of these sites, and everything that you guys know about the ancient past is gonna come to light, and it's gonna be blown out of the water. You're gonna come to a whole new understanding. I mean, we only know like 30% of our ancient past, like through scripts, maybe through archaeological evidence, maybe only like 10%. So we have a long way to go. But if you know you guys never care, then we will never get there. That's why I love archaeology. I want to go there. I want to go see these sites, and I want to uncover everything. Next up from Daily Mail, Abercrombie and Fitch ex-CEO Mike Jeffries is accused of grooming men at sex parties that he hosted around the world. And this is just like the Jeffrey Epstein. The Jeffrey Epstein was big friends with the Victoria's Secret CEO, and they were all doing sex parties. And yeah, that's a thing of the elites. They just like their sex parties and grooming kids and grooming men and grooming women and holding them. Anyways, I'm not getting into it. Daily Mail, another piece of news. Amazon's $1 billion secret algorithm. Yeah, so I guess what Amazon is doing is it's being accused of pushing up prices to encourage competitors to do the same, and yeah, it's actually price gouging, price hiking, and it has an algorithm that does automatically, which is pretty wild. So it has a huge monopoly on the market and the power to jack up prices. FTC is claiming an antitrust lawsuit. I mean, I use Amazon and sometimes wonder, like, I'm like, oh man, I'm paying $1 more or something, but it's worth it. I'm getting it in Prime. Hmm. Get it right now. I get it tomorrow instead of in a week. And with that, guys, thank you for being here. Staying tuned for a quick news article. I appreciate all of you. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. Tell everybody that the 509 Divine Pines podcast is where you get your piece of news and the best interviews, that I got on with people like Scott Walter from the History Channel, Pat Miltich, UFC heavyweight champion, and so much more. I mean, I've had on plenty of people. You guys go ahead and go check back into some of my archives, and I'll be reposting them, refreshing, and bringing more people along. But I do love these news articles that I can just get it out to you by myself. Because I'm a solo dolo rider. Always have been, always will be. Sheesh. I love you guys. Peace. Be best. Be high. See you guys next time.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make a million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot. Feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it. I will not flop, somebody gonna make a dance when I pop off. Gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it.